Hey, if you're trying to find a dog trainer here in Salida, you already know life is just different here. So let's break down how to find that perfect professional who can help your dog really thrive in our awesome mountain town.
You see, in Salida, training your dog is about so much more than just sit and stay. It's really all about getting them ready for our unique lifestyle. Think about it. A well-behaved dog can handle a packed Saturday farmer's market just as easily as a chill afternoon down by the Arkansas River.
Okay, so what exactly makes training a dog for life in Salida so different? Well, it really all comes down to context and practical, real-world skills. I mean, look at these scenarios. They're pure Salida. This is exactly why a standard one-size-fits-all obedience class might not cut it. We're talking about teaching polite leash skills for when the river walk is totally packed, or making sure our dogs stay cool when a cyclist or a kayaker pops up out of nowhere. A trainer who really understands this local vibe can get your dog ready for something as chaotic as bark or for a solid recall command when you're out on the trails. So, knowing what you're up against is half the battle, right? Now, let's get into how you can find a qualified professional who can actually help you and your dog succeed. Okay, let's talk methods. The approach you'll want to look for is positive reinforcement. It's really the standard for modern dog training. The whole idea is simple. You reward the behavior you want to see. This isn't just more effective long-term, it also builds an incredible bond of trust between you and your dog. It's hands down the most humane and science-backed way to train. Now, you're going to see a bunch of acronyms that can look like alphabet soup, but trust me, they matter. Things like CPDTK or KPACTP. These tell you that a trainer is serious about their profession and keeps up with their education. And if you're dealing with more complex stuff like serious fear or reactivity, a certification like CBCCKA tells you they have a much deeper, specialized level of knowledge. All right, so you've found a qualified trainer. What's next? You've got to pick the right kind of program for your specific goals. And there are a few different options, each with its own pros and cons. Let's start with the two most popular choices, group classes and private lessons. Group classes, they're awesome for general manners and for teaching your dog to focus when other dogs are around, a skill you will absolutely need here in Salida. But if you're dealing with issues happening in your home, like, say, barking at the delivery guy or surfing the kitchen counters, then you really can't beat the one-on-one personalized plan you get with private lesson. There are a few other specialized options, too. Day training can be a lifesaver if you've got a packed schedule. The trainer does a lot of the work for you. Board and Train is a much more intensive, immersive program. And if you're facing some really serious behavioral stuff, a behavior consultation is where an expert can do a deep dive to figure out what's really going on. Okay, let's get down to the nitty-gritty, the practical stuff. We're going to talk about money, what to budget for training, and the local rules every single dog owner in Salida should know. So here's a ballpark of what you can expect to pay for training around Salida. As you can see, the prices can vary quite a bit depending on what you're looking for. Keep in mind that a trainer's level of experience and your dog's unique needs will definitely play a role in the final cost. And, some might have a travel fee if they're coming to you from outside of town. Knowing the local rules is just part of being a good dog owner and a good neighbor here. The big one to remember is Salida's leash law. Your dog needs to be on a leash that's no longer than 6 feet in all public areas. That includes parks, streets, and especially the Riverwalk. Also, don't forget that a current rabies tag is required by state law. And that nuisance barking, it can actually become a noise violation, so it's a really good idea to get on top of that with training sooner rather than later. Okay, this is a really important heads up for you. If you're even thinking about a board and train program, you absolutely have to make sure the facility is licensed under PACFA. That's the Pet Animal Care Facilities Act. It's a Colorado state regulation that makes sure the place meets safety and care standards. Honestly, it's a total non-negotiable. You have to look for it. All right, let's pull this all together. I want to leave you with 2 really practical tools. A list of questions you should ask any potential trainer, and some of the best local spots to go practice all those new skills. You should basically treat this like an interview guide. When you ask about their philosophy and certifications, you're checking to see if they use modern, humane methods. But asking how they tailor their training specifically for Salida, that's how you'll know if they really get it. Getting good, solid answers to these questions is going to help you feel way more confident in your decision. Once you get started with a trainer, you've got to practice. And Salida is basically a giant real-world classroom. The dog park, that's the only legal off-leash spot, so it's perfect for working on that recall. The Arkansas Riverwalk is your training ground for loose leash walking with tons of distractions. Riverside Park is a fantastic place to practice just chilling out calmly. And, of course, the Methodist mountain trails are great for working on those on-leash skills out in nature. When it comes down to it, putting in this effort with the right trainer is all about opening up everything this amazing town has to offer for both you and your dog. It means you get more freedom, you have more fun, and that bond between you just gets stronger. We wish you the best of luck on your training journey. I hope you and your pup have so many wonderful adventures together all over town.